Hey everybody, welcome to our Return to Moria Survival Guide. We are making a brew tank today, which is a bigger version of the brew kettle. It can hold more, a lot more, to be honest. And it's a better way, I feel like, to store your ales as well. You can always have like one for each ale if you tend to use all of them, or maybe just like two or three for the ones that you use the most, and then like with the sheer amount that it holds, you won't need to make any more of that particular ale for some time. But let's kind of get into how to make it and what it does. So to unlock the recipe for the brew tank, you need to pick up a piece of adamant, which is kind of like the main ore in the Dwarves region. Here's adamant right here. We have some. So basically, when you go and you harvest like gold ore or something, you'll get adamant as like a byproduct. And when you pick that up for the first time, a few recipes drop, one of them being the brew tank. So to build this guy, and it is a pretty big, there it is right here. You'll need 10 Kazad steel ingots, 30 ironwood, and then 20 adamant. So let's get this guy out. You can see this is how big it is. I guess I can put it right here, I suppose. I'm not too picky. Just make sure that you can access the ladder, because you do need to climb up there. And you can see a bunch of these recipes drop. They're the same recipes that you already have. They're just a little bit different because you do need more resources to make that in here rather than like the kettle. And I don't know if I have a kettle in here yet. I'm not sure if I've made that. I have not, I don't think. So like for the kettle, like you might need like 10 Kazad or oats, whatever this is called. Yeah, Kuzdul oat, that is. You might need like 10 of that to make something, right? Whereas with the tank, you might need like 50, for example, for the same recipe. It just requires more, and the reason is because obviously it's making a lot more. So if we were going to brew something, this is kind of like what it does. Basically, you have to come up here to brew it. You gotta climb on top, and I guess we only have, wow, we really don't have much, do we? Oh, we have like some more. Oh, we need the alchemical still as well. So let's go ahead and just kind of get this going. I'm gonna grab some of these because we're very close to to these guys here, and then I need to make the alchemical still, which we'll just put right next door. There. You know what? That looks great to me. All right, that should do it. Hopefully, we'll climb back up top. And we will craft our... Oh, I still need a few more. Oh, no. Okay, well, you know what? Let's... I'm going to pause right here and go grab some at my other base. All right, we are back. Had to quick go back to the mines of Moria. Let's go get a bunch of oat. But we should finally be good to go. So we're going to make some iron heart stout in here, because that's one that I tend to use a little bit. It's very nice for... boss fights and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and make that, and it's going to take a hot minute, but basically where we're going to find, you can kind of see the top there how much it makes, which is 240, and that's really what this tank is so good at. It just makes a ton of whatever ale you need. So when that's finished, it'll come down here just like the kettle, really, and instead of like, I think it's 80 that the kettle has, you got 240 that you can have instead. Other than that, it's basically the same thing where, like, if you wanted to make something else, you'd have to drain it first and then make it again. But I would highly recommend just building a few of these, the ones that for the ales that you tend to use the most, because draining 240 is going to be just a big waste of resources, especially because if we kind of go back in here, you can see that the recipes themselves are a little bit more expensive. We need 60 here and 16 cranberries, so all these numbers are slightly elevated. So that's kind of the downside of that, but it makes sense because you're making more of it. Now, the other kind of thing that I just want to quick mention too is that to get new recipes for this, it kind of acts the same thing as like the kettle. I would say like when you make a drink in the kettle for the first time, like we have one that we just unlocked that we're gonna go make in the kettle. When you actually make that and you pick it up for the first time, that recipe then becomes unlocked in the tanks. Then you can make it there. So you kind of have to like pick up the drink first, which usually means you usually have to make it in the kettle first. So don't completely disregard your kettle yet, and if you don't want to make one like in your future bases, just quick run down to a base that still has a kettle there, and then just make it there, and then poof, it will show up in the tank here. And that might be different like if you already have the tank built and you get a new recipe for some sort of brew in the future, it might unlock for this too. But if it's anything that's like that you just unlocked but you haven't made the tank yet and it's not showing up in here, just quick go make it in your kettle and then it'll show up in the tank basically. And that's just kind of like a little thing that I noticed anyway, for some of my own brews that didn't quite show up in the tank. But yeah, that's about it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep surviving and keep thriving.